I think I saw the Snettertones play back in '97 or something like that. All right, Snetterton. This is one of those tracks that I think is a bit underrated. I think it's free now, so it'll get more use. This whole last complex in the thing is really unique. As such, I'm not very good at it, but I was able to get a 150 641. Not super consistent at those speeds, but I think I should be able to pull 151s, 52s, with the occasional 50 in the races. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. All the fixed races are going to be dry, but there's about a 2/3 chance that the open races are going to have rain, and I'm not really sure how or if I'm going to try and do rain guides. There's only 3 races this season in the Porsche Cup that have a possibility of rain. It looks like from the preliminary schedule. This preliminary, so the official schedule's not out at the time of recording. We'll take a look at that when it gets out. I do think the fast people are going to be doing 49s, maybe 48s. We'll see when we get out there. So still some pace to be had for me, but let's go ahead and we'll show you our fast lap, and then we'll go through and talk about how we did it and come back for some final thoughts.
That lap was a 151.57. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 1 time is good. Sector 2 time is quick. Your lap time was 150.64. Sector 3 time is fast.
All right, Porsche Cup fixed at Snetterton. Got ourselves a 150.641. Caveat, it was the last lap of the stint, so light fuel, but worse tires, so had a couple other 150s that I've gotten throughout the whole thing. This was the best one that we did. We're going to go through how we did it. Haven't touched the fixed setup at all. Same fixed brake bias, all that good stuff. Gonna go full throttle through the start-finish straight. Second to last board here, the 2-1 is where we're gonna brake for this first corner. And here we go. Hit the brakes. We're gonna aim for the apex on the right-hand side here. That should be pretty obvious. We're letting off the brakes as we go. Trail brake through. Want to get this little portion right here with our right tires, and then we're going to wait for the car to kind of settle, or hold that brake just a little bit longer here. Then we're going to get back on it. Ideally we want to get back and put our right tires not before this dip, but like right after is what we're aiming to do here. We're full throttle through here. I've messed that up quite a few times, and clip that and it can send you that little dip there can send you flying out here, so try not to do that. This next corner is pretty slow. We're gonna brake at the 2 marker again here. We've got 3 dashes, 2 dashes, 1 dash, so we're gonna brake at the 2 as we come through here. And this one I have spun out a lot of times. It's a really tight corner. We're gonna hit the brakes, slow down quite a bit. It's pretty slow. We're not braking super hard. Don't want to lock up. Feels like since the changes, it might be a little bit easier to lock up, but I don't know if that's just in my head or not. But turning in here. And if you ask for it's really easy to ask for too much rotation, and this is in any car. Like when I did this in the Formula Ford, it was the same thing. On this corner, you can ask for too much rotation. There's another one that's similar, and it'll spin you. So you just gotta go slow through here. It's a really slow corner. So we're gonna start waiting. Or put some throttle in. I blipped it a little bit there as we downshifted. Just hold that little partial throttle as we're coming out here, and then as we straighten out, we can get the rest of the way back on. I'm trying to get better at remembering markers as far as like, and we can also we can come out a fair bit on the outside here. I'm trying to remember markers as far as like where I can get back on the throttle, but I'm not super. It's something I'm working on. But anyway, we've got some AstroTurf here that we can use on the exit, so just be aware you can use quite a bit of that. But we got to get back on the track. So now we're just full throttle through here. And then my next braking point is going to be this Palmer sign on the left here. We're going to go full throttle up until that. And this one's a little bit of a lighter braking zone. We can carry a lot more speed through this corner. We're just going to hold that brake. We turn in. This is kind of a longer corner, and I don't have a good spot where I can get back on the throttle. Sometimes I get on it too early. This one was okay. We'll just hold that partial throttle until we get kind of to the exit of where we're pointing more straight down the road, and then we can start feeding a little bit more throttle in as we go. And then finally, we can get full throttle. We can use this AstroTurf on the right-hand side here. But we just have to make sure that we get back on the pavement before it ends. So just go there. And it did not have a X in there for me. And then we're full throttle through here. And this is that second corner where it's really easy to spin out if you use too much brakes or too much rotation. Not brakes. But we want to brake again at the 2 marker there. Just gonna hit the brakes. Gotta slow down quite a bit. This is another really slow corner. And the banking, there's banking, but there's not a ton of banking, so we gotta make sure that we use what's there. But again, if we ask too much, and like one thing that I'll do here is I'll downshift while I'm asking for too much rotation, and it'll kick the rear of the car out. So it's just a lot of practice went in for me not spinning. I tried to do a couple stints where just not go fast but not crash was the goal, and this was the last lap on one of those. Ended up being the fastest. But anyway, we are gonna about halfway through start picking up the throttle as we come around here, and then as we straighten out the wheel we can put more in until we're finally full throttle, and then we'll go. Next braking point is going to be this Hamilton sign up here on the right. We're going to hit the brakes when we get to it. Here I've got a better idea of where I can get back on the throttle, and it's a little bit, it's not at these bollards, I guess you'd call them here. stanchions, not stanchions. Anyhow, we're gonna hold a little bit of braking pressure as we come through, and then a little bit before then we can start putting the throttle back in, just part throttle, and then like on the exit here. So like you would think you'd be able to get on the throttle a little bit sooner, but there's a bump here, and if you get on the throttle too soon, you will spin the car. So see how the we'll see the bump right there. There's that bump, and if you go full throttle as you're hitting that bump, you're gonna spin the car. So don't do that. And then the next braking point, I don't have a fixed point, but it's before these turn markers here. If you wait until you get to those, you're just gonna go off into the distance. I imagine in the races we're gonna see a fair amount of that. But anyway, get over on the left hand side and hit the brakes. Maybe a car length and a half before these signs here. We're just gonna hold the brakes as we come through. All right, aim. We're looking to take a little bit of this AstroTurf on the right hand side, but not too much. Too much will get you a 1 second slowdown. We don't want that. So I'll show you what we did here as we're coming through. Use a little bit, but keep these tires on this side of the white line. And we can start bringing the throttle back part way. We gotta wait a while before we get full throttle. It feels like an eternity, but there we go. Just wait. There we go. Car settled. We can get back full throttle. I think something's a little bit wrong with my calibration. It sometimes flutters between 99 and 100%. But we're gonna brake a little bit after this sign here. So hit the brake. Just gonna hold a little bit of brake pressure, and then we're gonna pick up the throttle a little bit before this white line here, just a smidge before. There we go. Part throttle, and then a little bit there we can go full throttle, and we've got to aim to use this. If we try and pull that too tight again, we're gonna spin. You're gonna see some people spun out on this corner, I imagine, at some point. Anyway, we were full throttle through this section here. Straightaway is easy. I would practice trying to take the inside a little bit here, but and also be aware that people are going to try that. But anyway, we're going to brake again at the 2 marker. This is one of the tougher. This is such a unique section from here till pretty much the end. Not really a ton like it, but anyway, we're going to hold the brakes, brake hard here, then we're going to ease off as we're downshifting and coming through. Basically can't accelerate through this whole next section. Getting down gear by gear, hold that brake, just a little bit of brake pressure, get over to the left, and we're gonna get down to second. We're getting back, we're adding more brake pressure in for this corner, but we've held a little bit of brake pressure through that whole thing, and we don't want to clip that curb. It's a bad time. Just hold that little bit of brake pressure, get back on the gas. We hit the apex, and then we're full throttle once we get out. You use this AstroTurf here, and we are full throttle for a little bit. And then as we enter this bomb hole corner, which that's just, I don't know, the character of this. I like this track, has a lot of character, I think. Anyhow, we're just gonna tap the brakes ever so slightly, and then as we get into the compression, we're going to bring the throttle back, and then we can get the rest of the full throttle. We come around here. Then this whole section, I don't have a good braking spot, but I know in this section here we've got a little bit of brake. We got to slow down a smidge, just a little bit. Hold that little bit of brake pressure. Try and get the car to turn. And then we're going to bring the throttle back a smidge. Honestly, I probably could have coasted from where I let go of the brakes to where this curb is here. Might have been a better idea. Anyway, just partial throttle. And then, like, I end up fluctuating a lot in this section here. And just a little bit of brakes. Trying to get the car slowed down and keeping it on the right hand side as much as possible. And we're gonna have to shift the weight of the car a lot because we're going this way to the right, and then we're gonna have to get it to go sharply to the left. It's really tough. And this is probably, this whole little last bit is like my worst part of the track here. And we're just holding that little bit of brake pressure, trying to get her slowed down more, and then we're braking properly for the corner here, and then we're going to ease up, trail brake through. I've brought it down to first. I think you could probably go through this in second, but I can't get the rotation myself doing that. And then we get back on the throttle. I think in order to go through second, we'd have to open it up more, just stay on the right hand side more and then turn in later. I don't know, I can't do it. Anyway, we're holding that, then we're gonna bring the throttle back up. So we come around, we can use all this AstroTurf here, as long as we keep our inside wheels on the left hand side of the white line, and it's full throttle the rest of the way. And we've done a 150/641. So yeah, excited to do this. Practicing with all the updates to the cars is kind of crazy. And this track is one of those where I'll ask too much of the car and spin it quite a bit. So hopefully I stay calm in the races when we end up doing them, and can just keep everything smooth, because smooth is fast, right? Fingers crossed, excited for the new season. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman if you want to watch when we do the races live. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.